Hey, what is going on, Guardians? TBL here, and I am back to talk to you guys a bit about some ongoing news in the world of Destiny 2. That's right, I've actually been on the game. Iron Banner is going on this week. It's the second, maybe third one of Season 2, possibly the last one of Season 2. Who knows how many more of these things we've got going before some big changes come into effect. But it is live right now, and I gotta say, it's got some pretty interesting stuff. There's a new auto rifle that is on sale. That is a 450 RPM auto rifle. It's probably going to be the big ticket item from this Iron Banner. I'm going to see if I can get my hands on it, maybe even work up a review if I if I can push myself to enjoy playing the game enough to actually get that done. But I did get a chance to play some Iron Banner. I had about 10 or so matches last night. I might do a couple more tonight that I'd like to talk about the experience of before I get down into some of the news things. So really the one big news thing we have for today. So Iron Banner's back. It is Clash this time around. You can head off, go talk to Lord Salad, and hop into the Iron Banner, engage in some basic TDM-style PvP, and earn yourself some rewards. And for the most part, it isn't too bad. I didn't completely hate my time on there. I'm still not that big a fan of the direction of Destiny 2 PvP. But getting into Iron Banner wasn't too bad, and most of the matches I had, it was pretty fun. People were running around, shooting each other. There was a variety of weapons going into effect. It wasn't just Uriels and Midas everywhere. And I got some pretty decent drops. I got the new Iron Banner hand cannon. It's a Haka-style hand cannon, high impact. It actually dropped as a masterwork. Was super happy about that. Haven't had too much chance to play around with it to give a real opinion. I only had really one PvP match where I tried to use it, and it wasn't great. You know, high-impact weapons, especially high-impact hand cannons, aren't in the best of spots right now. At least if they're not named, you know, Better Devils or Dire Promise or something like that. But I also got the pulse rifle, so I'm going to be able to jump in with that and give it a whirl. But I really can't wait to get my hands on that new Iron Banner auto rifle. It's nice to have a 450 RPM rifle in the kinetic slot that isn't the origin story. And I love the origin story, but it's time we got a little bit something different in that archetype, at least in the legendary weapon category. So yeah, that's the Iron Banner. That'll be going on until next Tuesday. I don't know if I'll be able to put in quite enough matches to unlock all of the armor for all of the classes and like all of the ornaments. One of those takes like 30 matches. I guess I'm, you know, a third of the way through that, but we'll see if I can actually get through to completing all of those and finishing up that armor set and that ornament set for all of my characters. Wish me luck. It's going to take a lot of luck to get me off of Monster Hunter World because, like I said before, I'm still not too keen on at least the PvP sandbox in Destiny 2 right now. And until that changes, I'm probably not going to be spending too much time in Destiny 2 PvP. But thankfully, Sandbox Changes seem to be the flavor of the week. Not just with us in the community, but also with the individuals over at Bungie. Now, of course, we know later this month, March 27th is the purported date. We're supposed to be getting a big Sandbox update, really the first significant Sandbox update of Destiny 2. So much for that whole new game engine's gonna allow us to push out updates more frequently thing. It's been 6, almost 7 months since the game came out, and we're about to get our first big one. But as we get ever closer to that release date, we really haven't heard too much in terms of specifics about what's going to be changing in the sandbox. And I've been saying over the past couple of weeks, if Bungie wants to turn around the trajectory of Destiny 2, right now, the most important thing, the most impactful change they can make is, of course, sandbox changes. The way the game feels, the way the game plays. That's going to have the most effect on whether or not they can bring people back to their darling baby Destiny 2. But we haven't been hearing too much about the specifics of those sandbox changes, which does have your boy TBL sweating at least a little bit. Although, it seems like that's going to be changing tomorrow. Bungie community manager DMG04 took to Twitter today to post this. While crafting the TWAB, the Bungie weekly blog for tomorrow, this TWAB is filled to the brim with sand. F5 tomorrow. F5, of course, being the refresh button, something made famous by Deej, of people just refreshing over on the Bungie article page, waiting for This Week at Bungie articles to go live. Now, of course, being filled to the brim with sand, what could he be talking about? What's sandy about Destiny and Bungie and all of that? Well, Sandbox Changes, of course. He seems to be very directly and heavily hinting at the fact that tomorrow's blog update is going to be talking Sandbox Changes. And with any luck, it'll be definitive Sandbox Changes. Something a little bit more than, hyping up maybe some exotic changes or sweeping statements about class and balance goals. We're hoping that this means we're going to be getting down into the nitty-gritty of the details of what's going to be changing in Destiny 2 with the way guns feel, with the way abilities maybe cool down and whatnot. Tomorrow's TWAB looks like it's going to be the one we've been waiting for. And while I don't like to hype these sorts of things up too much, it's important. Sandbox Changes are probably the most important thing we could hear about right now, so it's good to know that we're finally going to be learning a bit more about them in tomorrow's This Week at Bungie. And of course, you all can stay tuned right here. I will be covering whatever news we get. Now, I don't want to get too much into speculation about what we're going to be hearing about because, there's really nothing to base that on. We could be hearing specifically about exotic changes, which might not be going into effect until May or whatnot, or we could be hearing about the greater Sandbox changes that should be going into effect later this month. My money would definitely go on the latter option there. We do know they've been talking a bit about the way pulse rifles are going to be changed, what they're going to be doing with auto rifles, hand cannons, all of those classes. And yes, of course, whether or not we're going to be seeing a weapon damage output increase in PvP. That is a lower time to kill across the board. Now, while I personally don't believe we're going to be hearing all of those things tomorrow, it's good to know that they're finally going to start rolling out the details of the Sandbox changes that are coming in just a few weeks. Can't wait to find out what they are. But alright, Guardians, that is pretty much it for this one. Are you all playing Iron Banner? I mean, I'm trying. I'm trying for you guys. I actually put in a little bit of time, like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours of Iron Banner, and didn't really hate it. One thing I will say is they really need to work out the matchmaking. It really seems like this game, after you've won a match with randoms, it kind of pulls you from that team you just won with for no real reason, and then puts you into a losing game. Twice after winning last night, I was taken from a team that I was performing well with, ripped from the jaws of that victory, and then thrown into a game. The first time, I was basically put alone on a team in a room that was 2-22 with 4 minutes left. That whole team was stacked with supers. They had both power ammo. Obviously, they had been styling on a underserved group of Guardians for a while. So I thought, okay, well, this is basically an L. Get into the next lobby. We win that one immediately after winning that next game. Thrown into another room. This one with like 6 minutes left, but the score was 2-17. So it kind of just threw me into back-to-back losing games after winning. And I don't understand why the matchmaking algorithm will pull you from a team that you're performing well with to just throw you back into the randomness of the pool of matchmaking in Destiny 2. Why not keep me together with that winning team and just match us up against, 4 other Guardians? Kind of a weird way to handle these sorts of things. But alright, Guardians, be sure to let me know what you all think of the Iron Banner down in the comment section below and what you're expecting from these Sandbox changes tomorrow. Really interested in hearing what you all think is going to be announced. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a like and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date with all of the latest Destiny 2 news. And make sure you're hitting that notification bell underneath the video so you can stay up to date the moment we go live or the moment we post up a video. I've been getting a lot of messages from people saying that they haven't been getting notifications for videos here on YouTube, so that's how you can make sure you're up to date with all of it. But alright, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.